the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Off to the inside, intercepted Alabama. Touchdown run.
And everything college and high school sports. Now, let's join Andy, Brett, Randy, and Luke for this edition of Sports Blitz Live.
Welcome back, everyone, or welcome in tonight to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us tonight. A lot to talk about tonight as college basketball season has begun. College football season, we are narrowing down to the playoffs. The first playoff rankings
I'll be
come out tonight.
Right here.
We will hopefully have some of those for you in the next few minutes, probably. I'm assuming it started at 7, right?
It does.
That
It's
show?
supposed to start, I guess it's probably at halftime or whatever game ESPN was showing, which
Yeah.
I think was a women's basketball game. So
And everybody was tuned into that.
yeah,
for sure.
everybody was. That's one way to get everybody tuned into anything.
This is
Say
true.
you got something college football at halftime.
This is true. Hugh Freeze out at Auburn as head coach. Who could have seen that coming? Much like Mike Shula being out as offensive coordinator at South Carolina. I mean, shocked.
Maybe they could
that
land somewhere
happened.
together.
Maybe so. That would be a dynamic duo. I'm telling you what. But, okay, Alabama and LSU this weekend. That's always a fun game. In Tuscaloosa, we'll talk about the games around the SEC as well. And around the country, the World Series, a great World Series that wrapped up. Great Game 7 as the Dodgers win that. They're back-to-back victories there, back-to-back championships. So anything and everything, who should be the next Auburn head football coach? Who do you like? Who do you think it should be? Why? We've been talking about that, obviously, for the last couple of days. On the Auburn Blitz, who are the realistic candidates out there? So we'll talk about these things and much more. But first, as always, we'd like to thank JR Sports Bar and Grill for their sponsorship of tonight's show. JR Sports Bar and Grill, great place to get some lunch or dinner in downtown Alexander City. Great food, great people, great service, and a good atmosphere there inside JR Sports Bar and Grill. Go and check them out one day this week if you can. All right, Luke, I don't know where you want to start.
I think you got to start with Auburn coaching search. And the whole reason for it, not the whole reason, but the reason it happened when it did is because Auburn
rock bottom. I think it's rock bottom.
It was 2012-ish in terms of performance. The crowd was pretty much there.
It was listless. I was there. It was full, but it was listless.
I'll tell you, it was funny. So I'm watching it at a friend's house. There was a wedding party thing, and of course, who has a wedding party during football season? I know, but he did have 4 TVs set up, so it's pretty cool. And I was with a couple of Auburn people, and the looks on their faces after some of the Auburn play calls, it was like, what? Even the ones that don't know football, that don't really care much, they just sort of tag along with their husband or tag along with a buddy or whatever. And they were like, what exactly, what do we think we're doing? What is the potential game plan? And you could tell.
And let's just say Kentucky giving up 30 points a game, okay, defensively.
So the other thing, you could see the crowd lose faith. Mm-hmm. You could see it. It emanated from the TV. And, you were there. I wasn't. But you could see the crowd almost had this attitude of, we're going to give you 1 quarter. And if we don't feel good about this, it's going to be bad for everybody. And then in the third quarter, and I listened to an Auburn sports show earlier, and they were like, a lot of us were leaving in the third quarter that we knew we can't score. We can't. Now, defensively, maybe. If Melendez had not had that interception,
we wouldn't have scored.
Auburn gets shut out at home by Kentucky.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind. And that
new boy too getting stripped. That may have given us another opportunity
Well, it would give you another opportunity
score.
to find a
but
way
again,
to
it would
go
be the
forward
defense setting it up. But yeah, it was. And look, I mean, people talk about, well, you're rotating quarterback. I mean, at that point, it doesn't matter. You brought in, I mean, you put in Jackson. I mean, the whole, hey, maybe he could give us a spark. Yeah, right. Okay. Thank you for that. But yeah, I think John Cohen, and I think the idea was you're going to go to the end. We're going to give Hugh Freeze to the end of the year. We're going to evaluate, and we're going to fire him. I think that was the idea. I think everybody knew that was going to be the idea, unless by some chance you turn things around and you won out, which was never going to happen. But at least it was out there after you beat Arkansas, and you did have a little spark. You did actually score 33 points. The defense scored 7 of that. But this game was so –
It was a tough watch.
It was so intolerable. It was so egregious. I mean, it was so bad that it demanded immediate action. I knew, and I sat there, and I told, my brother and I was sitting there, and I was like, at halftime, I said, you know what, we're gonna wait, because normally I might jump out a little early to beat the traffic.
Yeah.
Especially on a game, like that.
This time you wanted to jump into the traffic.
I did, but no, I said, this being Hugh Freeze's last game, why don't we'll just stick around to the end here. We'll just and that. So we sat there even after it was over, about 5-10 minutes after it was over, watched Kentucky celebrate. Watch Mark Stoops go out to roaring applause from his Kentucky faithful and raise his hands to the heavens.
And to an Auburn student section.
And so and then it got loud. Maybe one of the louder chants of the night, fire Hugh Freeze, from the Auburn student section. And that obviously picked up steam everywhere else. But
and
you knew it was. I mean, everybody knew that it was over.
It had. I mean, it really was sort of. It was as if you had been dating somebody and it's been over. Y'all barely even talk, and you go to one final party together, and like he or she does something that just makes you mad, and you're like, I just can't. I just got to go, or you got to go. One of us has to leave. I don't care which one it is.
Yeah.
But it's a bad spot because you and I were talking off air about this, that the timeline of everything is kind of screwed up for everybody now. And first of all, there's nobody out there, no coach out there that you go, God, if they could just get him. Meaning for LSU, Arkansas, Florida, Auburn, Virginia Tech, anybody. I don't think there is a single coach out there that is realistic that somebody could say, man, if we could just get him, then this is all worth it. That's where Alabama did get very fortunate after Mike Shula. Was if somehow, some way, by the grace of God, we end up with Nick Saban, it'll all be worth it. Now, we rumbled and fumbled our way and stumbled into Nick Saban, but it worked out. Now, somebody, I've heard the name John Gruden. Somebody explained to me why on earth they think that would work when he hadn't been coaching in X number of years. He's never coached in college. And we're seeing the Bill Belichick thing go down in flames right now.
Actually, they're getting better.
It is very – I mean, look, it's all relative, I guess. I mean, when you hit rock bottom and then you jump over a pebble, that's still better. But you hear Lane Kiffin. Well, number one, I don't think Lane Kiffin's leaving. I think he's got a good spot. I think he can make as much money as he wants to at Ole Miss, go out a legend. I mean, he will be Ole Miss's Bear Bryant, for the love of God. And he's got Ole Miss at a prominent position. No, they don't. They hadn't quite yet gotten the crowds that he wants. I don't think, he wants that, but I don't think that's going to be the driving factor. He doesn't have as many night games as he wants. He's mentioned that. I think that could come. I think Ole Miss Florida game coming up is going to be a night game. He's happy about that. And if Ole Miss makes the playoffs, it's going to be very difficult for anybody who were to hire him, because he's not leaving a team that's in the playoffs to go coach at LSU, Florida, Auburn, Arkansas, wherever. He's going to stay with them. And then so you've got weeks and weeks where you really aren't recruiting, and if you are, your mind can't be on it fully, because the early signing day is like early December. It's really, I don't like it. It's not really fair for teams that do have to let go of a coach, because it is very difficult for everybody to get their ducks in a row with the way the timeline is completely screwed up. And meanwhile, if you don't get a coach in there pretty quickly, I can tell you, there's an article on CBS today. Cam Coleman's going to be probably the hottest kid on the market. They are just assuming he's getting in the portal. Now, is he getting in the portal? I don't know. CBS made it sound like, yeah, this is happening. They weren't just pulling it out of their rear end. They said there's some sources they've talked to, whatever. And he's going to be very sought after. And so Auburn probably won't have a guy in place until after the season's over, who can try and convince him to come in, unless that person is, of course, DJ Durkin. But even if it is him, you still got to go get an offensive coordinator. You got to get an offensive coordinator that he probably approves of. I'm not big on players approving of who you get, but that's where we are. It's kind of a sticky wicket for any team. If you make the wrong hire, it's not just a buyout. It's not just the buyout of the guy you're going to hire. It's not just the new contract, and you got to put verbiage in there about, well, you got to give me plenty of time. You didn't, Hugh Freeze's daughter went on TikTok or Twitter or InstaSpace or something and had a 5-minute soliloquy about how Hugh Freeze got screwed over because he was promised 4 years and didn't get them. I want to tell you something. I ain't no Auburn fan. I think Hugh Freeze had ample opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real. He had 2.5 years, and after 2.5 years, forget whatever Brian Harsin did. If you can't beat Kentucky.
Against the worst two defenses in the entire SEC, the Auburn offense scored 1 touchdown.
And Mississippi State had no problem moving the ball against Arkansas.
I mean, what else? This is year 3. If that was year 1, you'd say, okay, this is year 3. You scored 1 touchdown against New Mexico State year 1. You scored 1 touchdown against Vanderbilt in year 2, a 7-6 Vanderbilt team. You scored no offensive touchdowns against Arkansas and Kentucky.
No, he scored 1 offensive touchdown.
I mean, Well, I mean,
Wasn't it?
Was it?
It was Cam's catch that was like miraculous.
Yeah, that's true.
It wasn't like they
first
just
drive.
drove their way into the end zone.
True.
You're right. Yeah.
So it's just that offense was just dreadful. And after 3 years, and you want to talk about, you brought in the talent. I said, he did such a good job bringing in talent that ironically accentuated how bad the coaching was. And that's what ultimately did him in. So it's just, no, don't give me – I appreciate that. That's his daughter. I get it. She wants to defend him, and fine.
I don't mind her defending. I really don't. But I'm a little surprised. If I were him, I'd be like, hey, let's take our money and move on. And why do we want to make this worse? Because it sounded like she's still a student.
She
either
probably
at Auburn or
I think
at Auburn High School or something.
2 of his daughters went to Auburn.
And I was thinking, why on earth would you want anybody in your family to come out and say this stuff? Now, that's the problem with social media, is everybody's got a voice. The great thing is everybody's got a voice. The problem is everybody's got a voice. And sometimes, it's hard to know. I just probably shouldn't do it. She even made mention, everybody talks about all the buyout money, and that's great, but that doesn't buy us the happiness and yada, yada, yada. And honest to God, that sort of falls on deaf ears right now, especially with government shutdowns and SNAP benefits gone. I don't want to hear anybody say, I got all the money in the world, but it doesn't make me happy. I don't think that's a way to win people over right now.
We got to get to a break. I'll say this, and we can come back and discuss it. There is no such thing as a Grand Slam hire. We'll discuss when we come back. More to come right after this.
Sportz Auto Sales, Highway 280 in Kellyton, Alabama, is home-owned and home-operated. If you're looking for tires, they have it. If you're looking for a vehicle, they have them. Great selection. Always out looking for more just for you, the customer. And if you're looking for service, whether you buy the vehicle from them or whether you buy the vehicle somewhere else, they do service work and got a great crew there. Keep us in mind. Don't you go by Sportz Auto Sales on Highway 280 in Kellyton today.
Craving pizza done right? Come to Lake Martin Pizza, where flavor meets the lake, with 2 locations, 63 South in Alexander City and Highway 49 South in Dadeville. Grab a 14 or 18-inch specialty pizza or build your own masterpiece. Go half and half your way. In a hurry, stop in for our lunch specials. Hot, fresh pizza by the slice, served daily. We've got more than just pizza. Try our fresh salads, cheesy breadsticks, garlic knots, and sweet cinnamon twists. Lake days, game nights, or family dinners, Lake Martin Pizza hits the spot every time.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Here at Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply, we value what truly makes a home a home. And that's why we're proud to offer America's #1 brand of siding and exterior products. James Hardie creates possibilities with an array of colors and textures. We offer the full line of James Hardie products, from Hardie plank to artisan siding and everything in between, giving you, our customer, options to have the best. Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply, local since 1984.
Ready for an unforgettable escape? Jump into adventure at Lake Martin, Alabama. From thrilling water sports to peaceful fishing spots, it's love at first bite every time you cast your line. Want more excitement? Catch an event with our vibrant festivals, concerts, and fishing tournaments all year long. And when the sun sets, dive downtown to discover local shops, delicious dining, and warm southern hospitality. Explore Lake Martin, where every moment is an adventure waiting to happen.
Zaxby's birthday cake milkshakes are back. Just in time for Zaxby's 35th birthday, so they're gifting you half-off handcrafted milkshakes. Happy birthday to us all. Zaxby's handcrafted milkshakes. Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's. Bundle your home and auto and save money with State Farm's personal price plan. Contact State Farm agent Ron Carroll today at 256-378-6631 or visit him on Highway 280 in Childersburg. Prices vary by state, options selected by customer availability, and eligibility may vary.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you, just getting started on tonight's show. 256-234-6221 is our number. Give us a call. Let us know what you think about the Auburn coaching search or who's the prospects of who that should be. College football playoff poll just came out. We'll discuss that in just a little bit. First, I want to go back. There is no such thing as a home run higher in college football. Agree or disagree?
There's no such thing as it this year.
I'm talking about anytime, anywhere, ever.
No, I disagree with that. I mean, again, you're saying I'm using the benefit of hindsight.
Yes.
I mean, Nick Saban was a home run higher. There's no – I mean, he had already –
You didn't know it at the time.
We all felt – look, we had a girl go out and make out with him when he got off the plane, and I would have done it. She beat me to it.
Yeah.
He came from –
You just weren't drunk enough.
Let me tell you. He did big things at Michigan State. He beat a #1 Ohio
He was
State
mediocre
team.
at Michigan State. He was
Michigan
good.
State stunk, and he gets in there. They beat the #1 team in Ohio State. Do you remember that? Okay.
What was his overall?
Well, I mean, he did well enough to where LSU was like, maybe we should hire this.
I'm not saying he didn't do a bad job, but I'm saying he was mediocre at Michigan State.
He was not mediocre at LSU.
He was not.
Okay.
He did good, but he was erratic. But it was up and down, up and down.
He wasn't up and down. Look, he lost to UAB the first year, just like he lost to ULM first year at Alabama.
I'm aware. In 2002, he was down.
I mean, they ended up going. What did they?
They went like 8-5.
I don't remember exactly what they went. They were pretty doggone good every year he was there, and he recruited his tail off.
He did,
and
no
LSU,
doubt.
We all know, we grew up at a time when LSU has always been the sleeping giant that everybody talked about. And I was like.
Not in my day. I remember LSU when they were mediocre at best.
That's what I'm saying. But everybody talked about him. Everybody talked about, you can't win there at night. I mean, most of my childhood, Alabama never lost there. We didn't lose there until 2000. From 1969 to 2000, we didn't lose in Baton Rouge. I mean, that doesn't scare me. I mean, so what I'm saying is he turned them into a juggernaut.
And that was a great Alabama team in 2000.
That was gangbusters, Alabama team.
I'm just saying, look, yes, he had a lot to. I mean, he had a lot of experience. He was really good at LSU. He was, he went to the pros, and who knows what that was going to be. It didn't look good from the outside, but yes, I mean, you could look at it and say, this guy has a lot of promise. We think he's the right guy. He's got a national championship. Woohoo! Well, you could say the same thing about Jimbo Fisher when he went to Texas A&M. He did a great job at Florida State. He won a national championship. He's a home run hire. How'd that work out?
Well,
there is no such thing.
First of all, let me say this about that. I think they finished 4th in the country in 2020. But the problem with Jimbo Fisher, like a lot of coaches that came in the SEC, he was in the middle of Alabama's dynasty, so he couldn't get over the hump. That was part of the problem. Now, if Jimbo Fisher had the same set of circumstances and there wasn't a Nick Saban at Alabama, Texas A&M might have won.
Wait a minute. Well, I mean, they went 8-5. He wasn't just losing. It wasn't like he was going to 11-1 every year.
My point is this. I know he did go 11-1 that one year, but my point is
he
this.
Went 10-1 in 2020.
There are dudes that would have probably gone to A&M that went to Alabama because Nick Saban was recruiting them. I'm saying a lot of things could have changed. I'm not a
talent was never the problem at A&M.
I'm not a Jimbo Fisher apologist. I'm just saying
you're just apologizing for.
No, in fact, I don't much like him when he's on the radio. Have you ever listened to him on the radio?
He's whiny.
Oh my God! And it's also just hard like this all the time. And it's like, whoa, dude, hang out, listen.
Yeah.
But my point is this: I think you're right that it is a rare circumstance. I think that. Because it's talking season when a lot of coaches are hired, people feel obligated to say, this guy was an A-plus hire, this guy was this, when in reality, they're probably, at most, generally, you're going to be a B hire.
James Franklin at Penn State, home run hire.
See, that's overrated. 100%.
Billy Napier, home run hire at Florida.
That's overrated.
How'd that work out?
That's hyperbolic.
It's just every one of these guys that come in, you never know how they're going to work out. They could have all the experience in the world. They could have won 100,000 games. It may not work at your school. It could be an up-and-comer. They could have a terrible record. They come in. It could be a Gene Stallings. He had a losing record, I think, everywhere he was. At Alabama, it was the right time at the right place, and it worked. You just never. It's a roll of the dice. It really is.
But the dice can be a little loaded in your favor. And again,
it can be a little loaded.
I'm not sure. If Nick Saban had gone to Bama in 2000 versus going to LSU, it probably wouldn't have had the same effect. But because he went when he went, and because who he was, and the way the fan base was like,
we'll do anything.
Whatever you say. You tell us, we'll do it.
I agree.
And it worked out. Now, that was a home run hire. But again, I can't think of many others that I would say that's a home run. Although I'm with you that every year somebody in the media or several people in the media will label somebody a home run hire because they feel obligated. It's like the NFL draft. Well, he was the first pick of the draft. Or I'm trying to think of first picks of the draft. Give me a bad one. Jamarcus Russell, first pick in the draft. Also, Peyton Manning, first pick in the draft. Well, they were both first-round picks, both first picks in the draft, but very different. One went to one of the worst-run organizations in sports and wasn't a very good player and had no dedication at the time. And one was one of the more dedicated, celebrated people of NFL history, and also went to a good organization.
Wasn't Ryan Leaf? I thought Ryan Leaf was the first.
No, Ryan Leaf went second. There was a great debate, and people thought the Colts were fools.
Yeah,
some people did, but and he ended up going to Chargers, and he didn't do as well. But so my point is, you can be. It's a lot like what you said today. You're going to tell me you didn't, but I went back and listened earlier today. You said DJ Durkin is Kirby Smart. Now, I know what context you were saying.
Did you just shush
I did, because you were about to cut me off. I know what context you meant, but I still had fun with it because DJ Durkin is Kirby Smart the way that I am a middle-aged white male who's not terribly overweight, and so is Brad Pitt. But we are very different.
Are you saying that they are not cut from the same cloth?
I'm saying
they are not.
I'm saying to imply they are cut from the same cloth now is just being optimistic at best. Very wish casting.
When Georgia hired Kirby Smart,
yeah,
they're the same guy.
No, because first of all, Kirby Smart's won multiple championships when Georgia hired him. How many has DJ Durkin won?
He was a part of.
He was a part of, and he was also from the Saban tree, which is a very fruitful tree. DJ Durkin.
That is true. Okay.
I'm not saying DJ Durkin's bad. I'm just saying to put them in the same comparison because they both were assistants who both sort of tell it like it is
no, it goes beyond that.
That's a reach.
They are both very good defensive coordinators. They're both high-energy guys. They are both attention to detail guys. They are both X's and O's guys, plus rah-rah guys. You're either usually one or the other, not both. It's a rare instance that you actually have two. They are both. I mean, they're the same type coach. That's all the point I was trying to make.
But I'm saying, but when you say it like that, you're basically putting them in the same. You're putting them in a Venn diagram. And frankly, let's say
Kirby coming out of Alabama with no experience.
Yeah, there's one thing that I would say was in Kirby's favor. We've seen DJ Durkin as a head coach. Wasn't great, and it also ended rather poorly.
It did. Well, I mean, again, there were a lot of different circumstances there. I get it. It was maybe the job was over his head. Maybe he wasn't prepared to be a head coach at the time.
If Maryland's over his head,
7, 8, 9
what's Auburn
years.
Going to be?
Well, we're talking about almost a decade ago.
I'm just telling you.
He's been in the SEC since then.
Okay. But again,
I'm not trying to advocate for him. I'm just saying.
It's one of those things where you see a high school quarterback and you go, God, he reminds me of Cam Newton. Well, better qualify that a little bit because you're putting a lot on the kid, and it's not really fair to him or Cam.
No, it's not.
This is not fair to Kirby. Kirby's already won multiple championships. He's been to other championships. He wins all the time. And so we don't have any idea if DJ Durkin can win 10 games.
I had no illusions about, we're talking about pre-Georgia head coaching with Kirby Smart. That's all.
None. Yeah.
Well, I'm just talking about getting a first job basically in the SEC. Again, you can say that all you want, but
I would make this argument that, and again, this is the benefit of hindsight. Now that we look back, it's almost as though if you were coaching under Nick Saban at Alabama at that time, it's almost like you've been put through a head coaching clinic anyway, because look at the guy, Cignetti, Lane Kiffin, Kirby. I mean, he's had some pretty successful dudes that, and somebody like Kiffin, Sarkisian, and Sark and Lane needed rehabs. I mean, not rehabs in the literal sense, but they need rehabilitation.
Sark literally needed rehab.
I know. I was trying to be safe about this.
All right, we got to go to break.
I was trying not to be too.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Lake Martin now has a global connection for the best in pre-owned vehicles. The all-new Global Auto Exchange is now open on Cherokee Road in Alex City next to Cazador's Restaurant and is excited to serve Lake Martin with the finest pre-owned car, truck, and SUV selection at the market's most competitive prices and most versatile finance options. Global Auto handpicks all their inventory, and with 4 lots in the region, they have a selection that won't be beat. Whether pre-owned luxury to affordable work truck, Global Auto has the vehicle for you. We reward good credit and can work with challenge credit to get you the ride you want. Visit the all-new Global Auto on Cherokee Road, Alex City for the best selection, pricing, and inventory.
Satterfield Outdoor Living is Lake Martin's trusted friend for your outdoor land and leisure needs. We're the region's authorized Skag mower dealer for residential and commercial lawns and offer all the small engine accessories you need. With top lines of Steel, Echo, Shindawa, Husqvarna, and Metabo products that can tame any landscape. Satterfield is also your grill headquarters with Big Green Egg Grill. And our pros service everything in-house and back up all sales. Get the Satterfield Outdoor difference on Highway 280 right across from Tallapoosa Ford.
Hillary Towers may very well be the Lake Martin area's best-kept secret. An affordable senior citizens community located on Highway 22 East in Alexander City. Spacious one-bedroom units are currently available. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today for more information on the newly renovated Hillary Towers, 256-329-0552. 256-329-0552. Hillary Towers, 22 East, Alexander City.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, TAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
Visit our new locations in Gadsden and Oxford today.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. We were talking about the playoff results coming in. Run them down for us, Luke.
All right. So if things ended today, which they obviously don't, but if they did, Memphis would be the 12 seed, even though Oklahoma is the 12 in the rankings, because you have to have a G5 team, which is a stupid rule, but you got to have one. So Memphis would be in at 12. Georgia would be the 5 seed. They would play in Athens game 1. The winner of that game would take on Alabama, who's the 4 seed. The 9-8 game would be Oregon, Texas Tech. What I just told Andy off air was BYU and Texas Tech play this weekend. If you are Texas and Oklahoma, who are the 11 and 12 teams, who would be out, even though they're 11 and 12, because you have to have a G5 and you got to have the ACC champ, who would be Virginia in this case, then they better hope that BYU beats Texas Tech this weekend, because that would give Texas Tech 2 losses. You only want 1 rep from the Big 12. So 9-8 would be Oregon, Texas Tech. The winner would take on number 1 seed Ohio State. I would have put A&M at number 1, but I understand. Number 11 and number 6 would be Virginia facing Ole Miss in Oxford. That's a sneaky fun game. I hate the fact that Virginia is the ACC champ. I would have much preferred a team that I think is better. You can just watch Virginia play. They're not bad, okay? I don't want to – everybody says this team's a fraud or this team's the best. They're in the middle. But it would have been better for the world if Miami wouldn't keep tripping over itself. That said, I think Virginia, Ole Miss in Oxford, pretty fun first game. The winner would play Texas A&M, who's the 3 seed. And then you'd have Notre Dame, BYU. I think that's a pretty interesting game on a lot of levels. The Catholics against the Mormons.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. But it would be at BYU in Provo, and the winner would move on to play Indiana. So, I mean, overall, it's hard to be too upset with the way things are. I don't like that you have to have a G5 team, even if, I mean, you can watch the games and see there's not a G5 team that just knocks you out. And
well, I was thinking it was Tulane and Memphis play this weekend. Winner, probably that's the loser leave town because Memphis has got one loss. Tulane's got one loss.
Does Tulane have one or two losses?
They just got one, I think.
No, they lost to Ole Miss.
Did they? Oh, yeah, okay.
So they've got 2 losses.
They've got 2 losses. Maybe it was in conference I was thinking about. If they beat Memphis, which lost to UAB, by the way, you want to talk about ugly losses.
You want to talk about some bad, ugly loss. Wow.
I don't know. San Diego State, I think maybe they've got 1 loss.
I think USF has an opportunity. Again, that's the other thing is like we have to look up G5 stuff. I mean, everybody knows the rest of it. But I think that there are some interesting that Notre Dame BYU first round matchup would be kind of fun. I mean, again, the Catholic versus Mormon dynamic, and then I think both those teams are actually pretty good this year. Some people may look at this and go, well, how is Notre Dame in there with 2 losses and Miami has 2 losses and Miami beat Notre Dame? I'm big on the head-to-head mattering a good bit. At the same time, you have to look and see, okay, I'm also big in taking the big picture. But, boy, if you watch these 2 teams play right now, it's hard to say that you would favor Miami in this contest.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, and again, it's not fair because Miami did play them week 1 and they did beat them. I understand that argument, but I don't really have a problem with this. Do you? Would you put Notre Dame in over Miami right now?
Yes, I would, because Miami's no good.
Well,
to be perfectly honest.
Miami's also been hurt by the fact that Florida State's fallen off a cliff.
Mm-hmm.
Miami has lost – now let me think. They lost to an SMU team that had just lost to they had lost to somebody on the road that was not
14-13. Who was that? Arizona State? No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't them, but it was Wake Forest maybe?
Maybe it was Wake Forest.
Okay. And Miami also, they lose to the SMU team, and they lose at home to Louisville. And Louisville's not a bad team. I'm just saying losing that game at home hurts. And then you factor in, well, Notre Dame played them first game of the year with a freshman quarterback who never started, and they go in there and they fought them tooth and nail. It wasn't like it was a blowout. So I probably would give the nod to Notre Dame. I feel kind of icky saying that because it does go against what I believe, but I think that's the right call if you want to have the best playoffs possible. And by the way, if you put Miami there, there's no doubt in my mind Miami's going to find another way to lose anyway, because apparently Mario Cristobal is allergic to getting in the playoffs.
Miami's a fraud, and they have been since the 80s, really. Well, since the 90s.
Not the 80s, yeah.
Since the early 90s, anyway. No, they were pretty good, I guess, in 2000.
Well, in 2000, they had a good.
Yeah, they had a couple of good little run there, but they're a fraud. They're not never good. I tell you what, we're behind, so we're going to go ahead and catch up. Go ahead and take another break. We'll be back with more right after these messages.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense. Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
I'm Joseph Dean with Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation in Dadeville. We're located at 16797 Highway 280, which is on the corner of 280 and 49 North. With an on-site crematory in Opelika and a cemetery in Tallapoosa County, we are a full-service funeral home. To get in touch with us, feel free to come by or call us, 256-750-0381. And for any other questions, you can visit the website at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
With football here, Martin's at Lake Martin is ready with the lake's best place for sports, fun, and entertainment. With your favorite teams on over 20 big screens. And Martin's is now open 7 days a week. Monday, trivia night. Tuesday, open cornhole tournaments. Wednesday, free pool. Thursday, our huge bingo night with food trucks. And every Friday and Saturday, live entertainment with food trucks. Sunday, enjoy NFL ticket with hot dogs and chili. This football season, make the best game plan. Go to Martin's on 34 in Dadeville, where every hour is happy hour.
There's only one clear choice in the Lake Martin area for plumbing, heating, and air. That's All Clear Plumbing and Air. Our professionally trained technicians offer full service repair and installation on all major brands. From drips to water heaters, thermostats to entire air conditioning and heating systems, and everything in between. Our fast, reliable, and guaranteed top-notch customer service will keep you informed and up to speed through the entire process. Call us today or look for us on Facebook and Instagram at All Clear Plumbing and Air, 256-496-2056. License number 19172.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at BamaSheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you, about 20 more minutes in the first hour of tonight's program, but don't go anywhere. We're just getting into the good stuff. Dano Sinclair says, I'm not sure if it's feasible, but I'd throw everything plus the kitchen sink at Urban Meyer.
I mean, okay. I think you're asking.
I entertained the possibility. I have.
It's so funny how, it's all about, and this is the truth for anywhere, but it's all about Auburn men and Creed and whatever. Urban Meyer's may be available. Okay, we'll sort of forget a lot of stuff.
After that's what 4 losing seasons do to
I hear you, but number one, I don't think it's feasible. Number two,
Auburn wouldn't do that. I
don't think Urban would do it either. Urban would do it for a huge sum of money. First of all, people keep talking. Shaquille O'Neal came out and said, I'm hearing through the back channels LSU may hire Nick Saban. I'm like, no, that's not. He's making so much money and having so much fun. Same thing with Urban Meyer, making so much money and have no pressure.
Yeah.
Why on earth?
Well, a guy like that wants pressure, I think.
He does till he has a heart attack eating pizza on a golf cart after a game.
Well, those people are just cut from a different. They're just different
100%.
human beings. They thrive, and once you have that, whatever it is, that adrenaline, that feeling, that winning, and it never leaves you. And so why does Muhammad Ali fighting when he's 40 years old? Why are race car drivers still out there? And it just that adrenaline rush. They get addicted to it. I think they want, and I think they're competitors. So I don't put anything out of the realm of possibility. But yeah, that seems highly unlikely.
I'd be shocked if he came out of retirement to coach anywhere.
Yeah, I would.
And if it was going to be somewhere else, I don't think it'd be Auburn.
Dano says
multitude of
Ryan Day has worked out pretty well. There again, that's my point. It was a promotion from within. He was not a home run hire. People didn't think. He thought, this is a risk, but he's, an up-and-comer. We'll give him a chance. It worked out great. So, you got guys that you wouldn't think or turned out great, and you got guys that you thought were home runs that were not. So that's my point. It's all a roll of the dice.
Let me say this. it is totally different circumstances. Ryan Day takes over. Everything's pretty hunky. I mean, he's running a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
It's hard to screw up Ohio State. I promise you. I go to Columbus a lot. That place is Ohio State nuts, and it's all Ohio has. Well, I mean, they've got the pro football, but I'm saying the only college they have that you have to worry about. Like Alabama and Auburn got to worry about Alabama and Auburn. And we're right next to Georgia, and we're pretty not far from LSU, and Ole Miss is getting better, and Tennessee's always there, and Florida's there. We got a lot to deal with. Ohio State is a well-oiled machine that controls a vast empire of recruiting, right? And he walked into a situation where it's like, just don't screw it up. He's not having to resurrect something after 4 or 5 losing seasons. That's a different animal. He's also not going up against behemoths from every corner. So I don't know if Ryan Day would have been – I think he'd have been a good coach had he gone to, say – let's pick a place, Ole Miss 5 years ago. Let's also not forget the bugaboo for Ryan Day is can't beat Michigan. And he has won a national championship, won it last year, great. But he lost to Michigan, he lost to Oregon, and then, nobody's going to debate that he didn't have the most talent in the country last year. I mean, especially when you factor in he gets Caleb Downs from Alabama, he gets Seth McLaughlin, who won the Remington for him last year. He gets Quinshon Judkins from Ole Miss. I mean, he had all the talent you can possibly have, and he still lost 2 games. And if it weren't Ohio State, he probably wouldn't have been in the playoffs. So I'm just saying, look, it's not exactly apples to apples. You're going to need somebody that's going to be able to come in and do some rebuilding, because you can talk about Hugh Freeze, and he got the roster a lot better. He did. It's still not Georgia's roster. It's still not Bama's roster. I don't know if it's LSU's roster or not.
It's not LSU's or Texas A&M's.
Yeah.
But it's right below there. It's not that far away from A&M and LSU.
Agreed. But I'm saying you still have work to do. And now you've got to deal with what happens after you fire a coach. How many players leave? Look, all of a sudden, if Cam Coleman were to leave, I'm just throwing him out there. CBS made the rumor, not me. But I'm saying if he were to leave, all of a sudden your highest-rated player on your team is gone. And that is going to affect the overall team. And that's not all who would probably leave. So I'm just saying it's even if Hugh Freeze stayed, some people would probably leave. People are going to leave Alabama this year. People are going to leave Georgia this year. It's the nature of the beast. So somebody's walking into a hornet's nest just about wherever you go. I mean, it's a tough business right now. I mean, I say all this, and I'm almost convincing myself maybe these guys do deserve $12 million a year.
No. Given the rise in more media choices like on Facebook and YouTube and the increasing dollars for coaches and players, when do y'all think we can get more immediate feedback from what is really happening at these schools? Why do we have to wait to hear all of these stories about Kelly at LSU and what really went wrong with Freeze? I don't buy the hindsight argument because these stories come out the second they are fired.
Well, I mean, first of all, it's sort of
John Coley.
Well, it's sort of like last year, or not last year, but Brian Harsin. I mean, you find out some stuff. And look,
I think we all knew what was. Yeah. There was stories
there were
leaking out of there.
There were stories, but nobody was talking about it because you almost don't. There is always this lingering hope, like we'll get over it. We'll get over it, and until they prove to you they won't get over it. And once they do that, though, it's a cascading waterfall of negativity. Alabama went through. Think about this with Mike DuBose. The whole thing with the secretary, and it's sort of out there. And it got worse after Louisiana Tech. After they lost the next week, they go and beat Florida, and everybody's like, "I'm not so much worried about that situation anymore." It's one of those things where if you're good enough, people will sweep things under the rug and always say, "Yeah, but he's winning." But if you ain't good enough, people will say, what a piece of crap that guy is. Now, until you get to a point, and again, Urban Meyer's a good case, where he had a couple of different run-ins or issues that you were like, okay, we can't forgive all this. Something's got to give. I mean, you got to get with the program, Yeah. So,
Well, look, Hugh Freeze, there's some things coming out now, and you should have, I should have, we all should have looked at it. And if you see one thing, it's usually that's just what's on top. The iceberg is underneath. Yeah. like the whole Georgia 4th down play. And, Peyton Thorne had a call. Hugh Freeze said there was no option on that play. Well, apparently there was, because he wasn't in the meeting. And that was that was apparently a regular thing where he wasn't in offensive meetings. He was showing up late to things, maybe because he was out playing golf, possibly. And then he, all in on game day, calling the plays, but doesn't have the good information about what's actually been going on during the week. That happened, that literally, we all saw that unfold in that Georgia game. And he said, that was just one play. That was apparently a huge, big deal. And now, there were some cracks. Normally, I'm going to probably convince myself and say, look, when you see something like that, you better understand that there's a lot more going on.
Well, and I disagree with John to a degree. People have been talking about Hugh Freeze stuff for a while, but, the golf stuff, we made fun of it. I made fun of it here on this show. Like, hey, that's weird that he played golf 11 times at Wicker Point or whatever in June. That's weird for a college football coach in this day and time making that amount of money with that much pressure. That ain't normal. And everybody said, well, let's just see how he does. He goes out there, they beat a Baylor team that turns out not to be so good, especially on defense. And everybody's like, well, he can play as much golf as he wants to with Jackson Arnold running like that. And then Jackson Arnold and Auburn run up against some SEC defenses, and it doesn't work out so good. And now John Talty, and this may be what John's referring to, John Talty, who used to write for AL.com, he's with CBS. He comes out with an article like, hey, Hugh's golf obsession was worse than you think. And he starts laying out some situations. In fact, he brought up one situation where he's like, Hugh went to the golf course to watch other people play golf. And I get where John's going, like, why didn't somebody bring that up? Because at the time, here's the other thing. Not everybody wants to be the whistleblower.
I think that's your job, though, as a beat writer. If Justin Hokanson could sit here and say, he wasn't buttoned up, he wasn't, or detail. Well, where were you, a year ago saying this?
I'll tell you where he was. Trying to figure out a way to get more subscribers. You don't get more subscribers by saying, hey, y'all, this Hugh Freeze thing ain't working out so hot. And everybody goes, well, we signed this guy, and we needed some time, and Brian Harsin stunk, and this, that, and the other. And the next thing, when he did, what did he do in 2000?
That's the opposite of my.
Agreed.
Bad football is good for business. It's always been good. When I was on the radio, we had more callers during bad football than ever. On this TV show, we have more football calls ever.
But we are not trying to just sell you on Auburn's the best Auburn, and we don't get money from people subscribing to this show. So think about this. Fox News, how often do you ever hear Fox News say something bad about conservatives? Rarely. How often do you hear something poor about Democrats or progressives from MSNBC? Rarely. Because they're playing to their audience. They're like, it's always Trump's fault on MSNBC and on Fox. They're saying all these progressives are going crazy and this Mondami guy's going to win in New York and everything's going to hell in a handbasket. And the truth is probably in the middle.
Well, there's to John's point. When is somebody going to, at this age where everybody's got a voice, somebody knows something. Why isn't more and more of this stuff come out? Or maybe we're not taking it seriously when it does.
Agreed, and I don't think we're taking it seriously enough. And number two, this is something I saw a lot, especially with Hugh Freeze, but I'm not picking on Auburn people. I've seen Alabama people do this, and I've done it myself. When some negative Hugh Freeze things were coming out on some larger ESPN or ESPN.com or CBS or whatever, everybody'd go, what does that national writer know? He's not at Auburn every day. He's just hearing stuff from people who don't like Hugh Freeze. He's just a hater. And then it turns out maybe Hugh Freeze just isn't that good. But again, I'm not trying to.
Maybe he's that good. Maybe he just didn't quit. Maybe he quit. Maybe he didn't put everything into it.
And you know what?
That clearly seems to be the case.
Not a horrible plan. Pretty good plan.
Well, yeah.
It sucks as a person to do it, but if you are told to go away and you stink and people are yelling, fire Hugh Freeze at the end of a game, and you walk away with a check, a negotiated buyout for $7.5 million or whatever it was. Sounds like to me you won. Yes, you've got a little embarrassment, but you know what? And about it, guess what? Jerry DiNardo, he was been fired a few times. He's got a job or at least he did, with Big Ten Network. I don't know what he's doing now. All these people, Jimbo Fisher, $77 million buyout. You would think somebody would be like, that is just disgraceful that you do. Guess where he is? Sirius XM, doing a show, looking for another job, and somebody's going to give it to him.
We got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Two Rivers Lumber Company has a proud heritage in the state of Alabama and is excited to announce we are opening a new facility in the Lake Martin area late 2025. Our company specializes in southern yellow pine dimension lumber, and we plan to employ over 150 in our new community of Lake Martin. Two Rivers Lumber Company is a family-run business with over 45 years of service to the state. And we are happy to become a part of the Lake Martin community and want to wish the best of luck to all area athletic teams in all competitions. Two Rivers Lumber, Lake Martin's newest community partner, coming soon.
Main Street Family Urgent Care. Main Street Family Care offers a wide array of services that allows them to treat many conditions, and they also offer primary care. In addition to these services, they also offer DOT physical exams, lab testing, sports physicals, and vaccines. They accept most major insurance plans, including Medicaid. Main Street Family Care opens 7 days a week. Main Street Family Urgent Care. Heal better, feel better fast.
What makes Zaxby's Giant Chicken Finger Quesadilla so giant? Crispy fingers, sauce, and melty cheese. Zaxby's Giant Chicken Finger Quesadillas. Who's got the sauce?
Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union, is looking for the next hometown hero. Hometown heroes could be first responders, public service workers, community leaders, pastors, community volunteers, or anyone who is making a difference in your hometown. Submit your nominations now online at myhscu.com. And if your nominee is selected, they will get a $100 Visa cash card and a certificate of appreciation from Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union, federally insured by the NCUA.
Bundle your home and auto and save money with State Farm's personal price plan. Contact State Farm agent Ron Carroll today at 256-378-6631 or visit him on Highway 280 in Childersburg. Prices vary by state, options selected by customer availability, and eligibility may vary.
If you listen carefully, you'll hear the roads of Alabama calling. And Sarah Honda has your answer. Serving you for over 40 years with one of the largest Honda and pre-owned inventories in the state and the Sarah Promise. Our best deal when you buy or trade, a 72-hour exchange policy, a no-hassle trade-in promise. Written offers are good for 7 days. And our best service promise. Our factory-certified technicians help keep your vehicle running smoothly. That's why Alabama can be yours to discover in a new vehicle from Sarah Honda in Sylacauga.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Let me run down these comments right quick, and then Luke's got something.
Well, I want to say this before you get to the comments because this illustrates what John was saying.
Okay.
There's an article now on AL.com. It was just sent to me. And I hadn't read it because I just saw it. But the title is, Tommy Tuberville tried to convince Hugh Freeze to sign Diego Pavia, report says. So my thing would be, I am sort of with John on this one. Why in the heck hadn't this come out? If people had known.
Who cares what Tommy Tuberville says?
Well, and maybe he's not being truthful. I don't know. But I'm saying.
What if he did? Okay.
Well, what if he did? I would be upset if I were an Auburn fan being like, so you've got one of the top 5 stories in college football who's already beaten Auburn twice, who's beaten Alabama too, and you apparently could have had the guy.
I don't think that was a secret.
I have never heard Auburn was actually tied in with Diego Pavia.
After New Mexico State, I think when he was coming to a school, I think he certainly could have come to him. Then why did he
go to Vandy over Auburn?
I'm saying it was a possibility, and Hugh Freeze did not pursue him. That's the point.
Well, that would make me mad. as a fan.
But whether Tommy Tuberville has anything to say about it, who cares?
Well, but
we're talking about a guy far removed from anything.
But it's just coming out now, and that's what I'm saying to John's point, that if you had known about this earlier, you'd be like,
that's about as meaningless as dog poo, which is about normally what you get from AL.com. That is nothing about nothing. To say that, Tommy Tuberville
it's another
tried
thing to be PO'd about, and it's again.
I
it
was
speaks to John's
already
point.
mad because Hugh Freeze didn't pursue him after the point. That had nothing to do with Tommy Tuberville.
This is just confirmation, potentially, that he was chasing the wrong folks.
That's just inane to me.
If you did, but here's the thing, though. Look at it this way. Just hang on. If you had Diego Pavia in one corner and you had Jackson Arnold in another corner, give me one reason, after seeing a large sample size of both, why on earth would you pursue Jackson Arnold over Diego Pavia?
I go back to Peyton Thorne. Yes, I agree 100%. Like now, yes. After I saw him beat our brains in with New Mexico State, I said we ought to go out and get that guy. Absolutely. I think we'd have been better for it.
A lot better.
A lot better for it. No, we'd probably screwed him up. But yeah, that just.
He'd be on the bench.
But I mean, again, I think that's old news to me. I thought everybody, Auburn fans, looked at that and said we had a chance to get him, and we didn't get him. If I recall,
I've never heard any actual realistic talk. I've heard a lot of people say, God, I wish we should go out and get him. Now, I mean, every game Alabama plays, I see somebody on the other team like, boy, we should go after him in the portal. And I have no idea if he wants to get in the portal or anything about it. I think Auburn fans were just thinking, hey, it'd be good to have a quarterback like that. I never heard there was actual potential for Diego Pavia to go to Auburn. I'd heard people wishing about it. But I didn't hear any actual reports. And that, again, this just goes back to John's point. We're trying to be supportive of one of our loyal listeners. Here you are, dog pooing in his hat.
Cam Ward. He would have been a whole lot better than Diego Pavia. There was real, actual, tangible
I did hear about
magic about that.
There was also a lot of money involved.
And whoop-de-freaking-do. Like they don't have money at Auburn. We'll give it to anybody. We'll give it to any coach. We can't give it to Cam Ward.
Well, maybe you quit giving it to coaches.
I'm just saying the whole point of the article, Tommy Tuberville said that he tried to get him to – who cares?
John Coley, Andy hates you, and it's clear, and I'm sorry.
This has nothing to do with John. This has everything to do with just
listen to this show
some Alabama back tried to just stir up more and kick a little dirt on it. That's what AL.com is. All right, Tony Bamberg says Brian Kelly, Jimbo, and James Franklin, Gus Malzahn, Mike Norville, and Billy Napier are all fraud hires. Auburn needs to target someone like Brent Key or Clark Lee to be the head coach.
I will say this, that a national guy with some serious Southern ties did say to me that he felt like if Auburn got rid of Hugh, this was before the Arkansas game, that number one would be John Sumrall. Number two would be Clark Lee. And I raised my eyebrows. I was like,
who said this?
I'm not at liberty to say.
I say.
But he said.
Another one of your AL.com friends?
No, this is a national dude that you would know.
Okay.
But he said, and I said, Clark Lee, Clark Lee went to Vandy. He goes, yeah, a lot of people went to a lot of places. Money talks. And I was like, yeah.
Well, let's see what he does without Diego Pavia.
I'm with you on that.
He was about a 2-14 coach before.
I'm with you on that. I will say he's done a heck of a job. It's hard to don't. I mean, again, it's like poo-pooing Bill Belichick.
Extremely impressed with how he's built up Nashville. I give him all the props in the world for that. Ty Sanders says my top three coaches for Auburn are DJ Durkin, John Sumrall, and Lane Kiffin.
Lane's not coming.
Dano Sinclair says, good point, Luke. I don't even know what he's talking about. That has to be a misprint. Dano, NIL is a whole different animal. Again, very good. Diego Pavia's Diego's mom is pretty.
She's fire.
She would look good on the plains. Okay. I don't. Maybe we could get him a 7th year of eligibility. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know why. Throw anything against the wall right now. You know what I mean?
Again. Yeah.
I mean, just let it stick. See what
Let's
happens.
go ahead and take another break and try to catch up. We're so behind tonight. I don't know what the problem is. All right, we'll
make
be
it up on
back.
the backside.
We'll be back with hour number 2 of Sports Blitz Live right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
If you haven't been to Big B Barbecue in Alex City, then you're missing the best barbecue around. Big B has everything from the best pulled or chopped pork, chicken, and beef to cheeseburgers and grilled chicken salads. Bring your friends and family out for a great dinner and sit outside on our beautiful patio, or sit inside and enjoy your meal by the fireplace. So come in and join us and enjoy the best barbecue in the area only at Big B Barbecue, located on Highway 22 West in Alex City.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, CAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
The all-new Winter Timber is now open. Located right next to the Walmart Market across from the Auburn Mall. If the outdoors is your lifestyle, Winter Timber is your new headquarters. From rifles, ammo, and hunting supplies, camo, and all the outdoor essentials, they've got it in stock and ready for you. Winter Timber is here to serve Auburn, Opelika, and the entire Lake Martin area. And they'll make the drive worth it. For the best selection and the best service in outdoor gear, one name says it all. Winter Timber, the best in outdoor needs.
Hi, I'm Abby Guy, Vice President at Riverbank and Trust. They say that most banks offer the same products, but Riverbank offers something most can't: personal connection. We love getting to know our customers by name and making them feel special with every interaction. It's a feeling of warm hospitality you won't find anywhere else. Experience it for yourself.
Welcome back, everyone, to hour number 2 of Sports Blitz Live. Andy Graham and Luke Robinson here with you, taking you up to 9 o'clock. Thank you so much for being with us this evening. Thanks to Sunshine Heating and Air for their sponsorship of tonight's program. For all your heating and cooling needs, give Kevin Keel and his crew a call today. Weather is turning a little bit cool, but having a little resurgence of some warm weather this week. Kind of nice there in the mid-70s during the day. All right, Luke, you brought it up, so let's talk about this Vanderbilt team. Hard to figure out Texas. I don't know. They score on the first play of the game against Vanderbilt. Looked like they're just going to kind of run away with this thing, but get laxed in the second half, and Vanderbilt makes a heroic-type comeback. Ends up 34-31 Texas. This is the one that I mean, I don't even know what to say. Is Texas that talented? I don't know. I don't even know what to.
Well, I think Vanderbilt.
What does this mean? Anything to anybody?
No, I think it means Vanderbilt's still no joke.
Yeah.
You know, and they are, I think, 16 in the initial rankings. And look, Vanderbilt now has no margin for error. I mean, that's the other thing is, I don't think they even have a path to SEC championship game at this point. But if Vanderbilt were to win out, what they need to hope for is they need to hope that Tennessee does better than the way they've been doing. Tennessee, and even as an SEC guy, I can't justify putting Tennessee at number 25 like the committee has done. AP still got Tennessee even higher than that, I believe. But Tennessee has beaten nobody of consequence. They lost by 17 to Alabama. They lose at home to Georgia. You can say, well, they sort of did that to themselves. They still lost. and then they lose at home to Oklahoma. And again, you can say they had a lot of self-inflicted wounds, but that sort of tells me you're a flawed team. So they've got 3 losses, and they've played 3 tough teams, and they've lost to them all, 2 of them at home. I wouldn't have Tennessee ranked. I just don't think they've got any wins of consequence, and frankly, they should have lost. If you want to talk about self-inflicted wounds, how about that Mississippi State game? Tennessee should have lost that game. So
why did we pivot to Tennessee?
Because I was talking about how this helps Vanderbilt. What Vanderbilt needs is for Tennessee to be good, because Vandy's remaining games, Auburn.
Vandy was never going to the playoffs.
Well,
we all know that, right?
Dude, if they beat Auburn, and I'm not sure who they play after that, and then they play Tennessee. I think they've got 3 games left. And they need Tennessee to be as ranked as highly as possible, to look as good as possible. Mm-hmm. And then they'll have a shot. It's going to be tough, but they're going to also need Texas to lose. They're going to need Texas not to beat Georgia. They're going to need Oklahoma to lose to Bama or to LSU or somebody like that. And they're going to need some other help, like they need Texas Tech to lose this weekend that I've talked about. So Vanderbilt's there. I think they're still really good. We joking about Diego Pavia getting that 7th year. I'll say this. I wish we had one more year of Diego Pavia. I think if we had one more year of him, I think this team could be good enough to get in the playoffs. I don't think they'll make it this year. I'm like you. There's too many hurdles to jump over, too many hoops to jump through. And I think that, they got too many things have to happen. But they're still really good. And I don't think Diego Pavia is going to let them quit. I really believe Vanderbilt's going to win out.
He threw for 365 yards in this game, 3 touchdowns. So.
And his throwing style is he's got sort of a Phillip Rivers without the sexiness of it. It's like it's a weird throwing motion, but somehow, like when Eli Stowers, the tight end, who's as good as any tight end in the country, on that last touchdown they had, when Eli Stowers broke open, it was like, oh my God, this team's going to do it.
Halftime, it doesn't even look like he's looking at where he's throwing it. He's just a unique kind of individual.
Quit. And I respect it.
Sure, I do too. The cocktail party, Florida rose up. They had this game in their grasp if they could hold on to it.
A Georgia fan on Twitter had what I thought was a very accurate thing to say. He said, you know what? Everybody's chirping at Georgia. How did we barely beat this Florida team? This Florida team doesn't even have a coach, blah, blah, blah. He said, but it's like Alabama and Auburn. You can do what you want to, but they're going to show up and play. Now, you may not play your best, but you need to hold on tight, because it's gonna get rough. And that other team's going to take it very seriously, and Florida has, and they've been a doormat, but they have put up a fight against Georgia just about every time. And the other thing that came out of that game, I don't know if you saw it, I thought there was a clear reception by a Florida player. I don't know if it would have mattered, but I thought it was a clear reception. And
one who picked up off the ground?
I didn't think it was off the ground. I thought it was a reception. I thought it was a reception.
Close.
I looked at it a lot, and again, the SEC just said no. Okay.
Well, I don't think that was the one. I think that was close enough that was the one when you could point to say, I think you screwed that call.
I know, but that was as close as the Georgia-Auburn fumble, at least. It was that close.
Okay.
And
I never
everybody
said,
had a hit duck fit over that. I'm saying this should have been a duck fit too.
Yeah, okay.
But
that one was,
again, I'm going to go back to my
pivotal.
I hate replay. Let's just get rid of it. I don't care that they sometimes fix things that's wrong. They also don't fix things that can easily be fixed. Let's just get rid of it. It just takes up too much time.
It's never going to get rid of it.
I know.
Never.
But I can still complain. Good, don't get rid of it. I'll sit up here and complain some more. Give me something to talk about.
All right, we got to take another break, but we'll be back with more right after these messages.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
If you're tired of the same old, and you're hungry for something really good, then it's time to go to JR's Sports Bar and Grill. JR's has the best fingers and wings around, and their menu is loaded with appetizers, burgers, salads, and so much more. Follow JR's on their Facebook to keep up with their live music events and drink specials. And if after a long day you just want to stay in, remember JR's delivers. Call in your order at 256-329-2328. JR Sports Bar and Grill, 145 Alabama Street in Alexander City. Adams Motorsports of Montgomery knows it's the best time to ride. Right now, get the best deals on all of our Suzuki and Kawasaki street bikes, side-by-sides, four-wheelers, and dirt bikes. Adams Motorsports has it all, and our inventory is vast. Get out there, ride the streets and trails, and let Adams Motorsports make your pleasure our business. With family customer service and service after the sale. It's time to ride, so come see us on Eastern Boulevard in Montgomery or online at adamsmotorsports.com.
Inspired by the bold bison, Southern Union students blaze new trails every single day. They press forward knowing their SU education will lead them to success. Affordable, accessible, and locally unparalleled. Whether you're transitioning to a university or launching straight into a lucrative career, a degree from SU SEC can help you blaze your path. 3 locations, dedicated faculty and staff, endless possibilities. It's all waiting for you at Southern Union. It's time to venture forward. Register today.
Lee Apparel is your go-to vendor for screen printed and embroidered apparel and promotional products. We print and embroider free custom-made graphics or outsourced designs on everything from t-shirts, headwear, corporate wear, team sportswear, high-end safety apparel, and promotional products. At Lee Apparel, you can always expect quick turnaround time, competitive pricing, friendly customer service, and free in-hands delivery on all orders. Visit us at leeapparel.com to get started.
There's only one clear choice in the Lake Martin area for plumbing, heating, and air. That's All Clear Plumbing and Air. Our professionally trained technicians offer full service repair and installation on all major brands. From drips to water heaters, thermostats to entire air conditioning and heating systems, and everything in between. Our fast, reliable, and guaranteed top-notch customer service will keep you informed and up to speed through the entire process. Call us today or look for us on Facebook and Instagram at All Clear Plumbing and Air, 256-496-2056. License number 19172.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Taylor here with you. We'll be with you for about 45 more minutes. But talking about the SEC and what happened this past week, hey, Oklahoma, I don't know I had a feeling about this game. Oklahoma was going to go in there and win this game.
Defense travels, and look, I know Tennessee's got a high-powered offense, and they're tough to stop. 100%. They got great wide receivers.
They had 456 yards to Oklahoma's 351, but
let's also say this. I mean, I have no problem saying it. Tennessee's receivers are kind of what Alabama and Auburn fan thought their receivers would be. I mean, the thing is, though, they can't stop anybody.
Yeah.
And so
but they ain't played Auburn yet.
Somebody brought up a great point that what happens is their offense scores so fast sometimes, and then their defense is out there and they're, just giving up chunk yardage. And next thing you know, their offense goes out there and they score again, but then the defense gives up. And eventually their offense is going to screw up. I mean, Aguilar's going to throw a pick.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is.
3 turnovers in this game.
So, and Mateer is pretty good. I mean, he's healed up from that thumb injury and he's got a week off. And Alabama better watch out. They got LSU this week, and then they've got Oklahoma next week. I know both of them are at home, and I don't know what to expect at LSU Saturday night. I have no idea what they're going to bring to the table.
Well, that's the thing too. You fire a coach. Look at UCLA. I mean, if you have a resurgence like that, and I made a joke this today on the Auburn Blitz that if Auburn under Derek Nix were to go out, and the offense looked like a well-oiled machine and put up 30 points, they ought to line up Hugh Freeze, let every fan kick him in the groin, and then burn down his house. But I do not advocate burning down his house.
Yeah, I thought you went a bit far with the burn down the house thing. The groin thing was funny, and then you went, everybody's like, whoa. He couldn't build another house.
A bridge too far. Okay. No, but look at UCLA. They were losing to teams like Northwestern. They lost to somebody that was egregious. I mean, even worse than Northwestern.
And they lost to. Did they lose to New Mexico?
Maybe that was what it was, or something. One of those. And then they come out and put up how many? 40 or 30 something or 40 something on Penn State, and they won like 3 or 4 games in a row. Went to Maryland or whatever. That kind of turnaround. If you see that kind of turn, and whenever you do fire a coach in the middle of the year, Florida played a little inspired and played a little better. Whoever at Penn State, no, they haven't played really inspired. But some of the other ones that have.
Arkansas hadn't looked too inspired.
They have not. Well, they did. I mean, 34-31 in Tennessee. They were right there. They've lost by a field goal every time.
They did, but it was also Tennessee. It felt like Tennessee had checked up and sort of like moved on to the next week, and because they played Alabama the next week, and Arkansas was just like, hey, we're just going to keep slinging it around and see what happens.
Well, it seemed like maybe Bobby was kind of pulling his punches a little bit before Sam Pittman got fired. Then all of a sudden said, hey, let's just turn it loose.
Yeah,
because they started playing.
Does that shock you?
Okay. I'm just saying, when you make a coaching change, sometimes it can, cause a spark. We'll see what happens with LSU on Saturday. They've had a week off, too, to try to figure it out.
The one thing I'd say about Penn State, let's also remember Penn State had lost another game, another big game at home. That was James Franklin's bugaboo, and everybody was like, all right, we had them beaten, and you can't beat anybody. Then they had to travel out to UCLA, play a team that everybody thought they were going to kill, and they were just moping around. You could watch them they looked like they didn't want to be there for nothing.
No.
And UCLA, you're right, they had a little bit of excitement because they got rid of a coach who, by the way, if we remember, he was so bad, his first Big Ten media days, he was like, UCLA, we are from Los Angeles. And everybody's like, yeah. We were hoping a little bit more of a preview than that. But and so what I'm saying is it's all situational too. Like if Auburn this week were going to play that Penn State team that just lost to UCLA, wouldn't shock me if Auburn won. But Auburn's going to play a Vanderbilt team that has never won big ever, and now they're at least ranked. And so I don't think Diego Pavia is going to let them fall too far behind.
Well, I'm not talking let Vanderbilt play the way they've been playing. I'm talking about Auburn elevating their play, not Vanderbilt lowering theirs.
Well, do I think Derek Nix was holding back?
I don't think Derek Nix was involved.
Well, that's the other thing.
That's the point.
I do think it's funny, and again, this goes to John Coley's point, that Durkin has basically come out and said, we're going to have one offensive coordinator.
That was
one man
telling.
Will make calls.
That was very telling.
It was telling, and he also said it was such, like he said it with his full chest, which made me think he was sick of it too. But again, it goes back to John's point, like, why didn't...
Well, they told us that was, I mean,
why didn't he...
It's not like that was breaking news.
Durkin, if I'm Durkin, I would have gone to him and been like, hey, dude, can we try something else?
Yeah.
But... And then the other thing, that Stephen Pearl last night, he took some heat off of himself with hey, I know y'all don't want to hear we're close, but and then everybody erupted in laughter, and Stephen Pearl was like, that was good because that could have been a catastrophe.
Yeah. No doubt whatsoever. Okay, South Carolina, again, they go to Ole Miss and lose 30-14. They fire Mike Shula. I mean, what in the world? They ought to fire, what's his name? Beamer. Today. I mean, what in the world are you doing? You hire Mike Shula I know what happened. You hire Mike Shula as an analyst, and he's sitting over there. When he's got no responsibility and he's just an analyst, he's just over there chirping in the corner, you go, that guy's pretty smart.
He's not really a chirper.
That guy is smart. Everything he says is right on point. And then but you don't realize, then you say, well, let's put that guy in charge. I mean, what?
Mike Shula also doesn't age. He looks the same as he did when he was hired at Alabama, which was a gazillion years ago.
Yeah.
And I hate it for him.
Because he's a bad coach?
Well, no, I hate it for him because he was at Alabama at the time when a family member was there, and apparently they were friends, and they were buddies enough. I don't think like they talk every day, but and he's like, yeah, he's a good guy, and I think he is a good guy, and he had some, he led Alabama to that comeback to lead to the Tiffin kick. He had the touchdown against Georgia to Al Bell. I mean, he had some big time moments in the 80s for Alabama. And so I hate it for him in that sense. But it also got to the point when he was coach at Alabama, and, I do the podcast with Jimmy Stein now, but at the time, like, I could have wrung Jimmy's neck because he was still like, well, I just support our coach. I'm like, you can't support this man anymore. He is killing me. Like, he is the definition of insanity. Do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. I was like, if I hear jumbo package one more time, it doesn't work. When you don't have dudes, it works when you've got dudes. When you don't have dudes, you get jumboed back the other way.
You know what?
The shrimp package.
The word is, who they're thinking about to replace him?
No. Who?
Dave Radar.
First of all, it's Raider, but Dave Radar is funnier. I like that.
Mississippi State is at Arkansas. My goodness, this is not a misprint. Arkansas had 18 penalties.
Yeah, that was bad.
For 193 yards.
And most of them were I think Petrino had one for
I think they had 8 personal fouls.
I think Petrino got one of them for dog cussing a ref.
Oh my goodness. That is just so funny. And they had to lead. And,
they had
in the fourth quarter.
They had a 14-point.
Oh my goodness.
Something like that.
You can't make that up.
Wow, that was. And then it was 4th and 4. And again, Arkansas, I do feel your pain to a degree. You're sitting there in the stands going, Lord, if you're up there, just stop Mississippi State on this 4th. I'm not asking much. I want to stop Mississippi State, who hadn't – the best stat of the day was Mississippi State hadn't won a conference game since 2023 against Arkansas. Arkansas hadn't won a conference game since 2024 against Mississippi State.
Oh, my.
That's downtown.
Wow. You talk about 2 bad teams. All right, we got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
This spring and summer, make your land, farming, lawn, and landscaping needs have 0 risk and 100% success with Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor. With 0% financing on all our Mahindra tractors, many with up to 84-month terms. Our inventory of Mahindra tractors and farm implements is beefed up, and more are coming in daily. We also have extended 0% terms on Spartan mowers to handle your mowing needs with the best in 0-turn mowers priced to move. At Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor, your authorized Mahindra and Spartan dealer. L&M Pawn and Gun, located in the USA Factory Stores in Opelika, is East Alabama and West Georgia's complete gun, tactical, and pawn shop. It invites the region to shop over 500 firearms in stock, on the floor, and ready for sale at the market's best values. At L&M Pawn and Gun, we specialize in all tactical guns, equipment, and parts, including AK-47 and AR-15s. Specialized parts for tactical guns as well as suppressors and other parts you can't find anywhere. L&M Pawn and Gun has it all in the USA Factory Stores in Opelika, or shop online, lmpawnandgun.com.
Alex City and west side of the lake. It's time to celebrate because the all-new Lake Martin Pizza is open with the area's best pizza, and it's just down Highway 63 South in our town. Lake Martin Pizza of Highway 63 has a huge outdoor seating area with enclosed heated comfort, a full bar with cold beer, wine, and full spirit selection with family ownership and fun for the whole family. Dine in or pick up. It's just a short drive to our town and is hands down the area's best pizza. Like us on Facebook to see upcoming live entertainment and watch sports on our 360 wraparound TVs. Rejoice! Lake Martin Pizza on Highway 63 is ready for you.
I'm Joseph Dean with Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation in Dadeville. We're located at 16797 Highway 280, which is on the corner of 280 and 49 North. With an on-site crematory in Opelika and a cemetery in Tallapoosa County, we are a full-service funeral home. To get in touch with us, feel free to come by or call us, 256-750-0381. And for any other questions, you can visit the website at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Only 30 more minutes left in tonight's show. 256-234-6221 if you'd like to comment or join the conversation. All right, Luke, basketball season is in effect.
Yeah. You were looking for
yeah, it wasn't coming. So, all right, Florida goes down. Number 3, Florida, to a very good Arizona team. 93-87 in Vegas.
They have a dude named Koa Pete, a freshman. I remember him in recruiting. And it's fun to keep up with recruiting now if you're Alabama Auburn fans because you're involved with some of these dudes. But Koa Pete's a dude. He ate Florida's lunch. I still think Florida's going to be good. They just don't have Walter Clayton Jr. this year. I mean, that makes a big difference. You still got Condon. You still got that Thomas Hawk. I mean, that guy, he's really good. And they got Xavier Lee, this transfer in from the Ivy League, who he had a 3-point opportunity to tie the game late, and he missed it. But he still had a lot of points. He's going to be pretty good.
Okay. Arkansas, I mean, you see a lot of hundreds. Everybody's scoring in the hundreds here. But, I mean, it is early. You're playing lesser than teams. Don't know anything about what happened North Dakota and Alabama. Well, 91-62, obviously. So it looks like.
I mean, it was no problem. North Dakota did have a dude that looked like he was 45 years old and playing in a rec league, but he was good. He could play. White dude, balding, had 2 knee braces on. He looked. I mean, you would see him at Lifetime Fitness. But Alabama was missing 4 players that I would consider to be serious contributors, if not starters. Aiden Holloway, a little wrist thing. He'll be back for Saturday. Bristow was out, I think, with an ankle. Latrell Wrightsell, they just held him out. I mean, he's still got a little nagging stuff going on, but he should be good for Saturday. And then there was Jaleel Bethea, who we know he's going to be out for most of December. Still, he's a big contributor. So you're missing 4 dudes that are going to give you big-time minutes, and you still win by 30. It's a good feeling.
Yeah. Did watch Auburn last night, obviously. And, again, I told Randy this. I don't know. Look, Auburn's played 2 exhibition games and 1 regular season game. It's possible that Oklahoma State is really good. And it's possible that Memphis is really bad. And it's possible that Bethune-Cookman wins the SWAC, goes to the NCAA tournament. Maybe they're even a darling and they go to the Sweet 16. They're that good of a team. Reggie Theus is a good coach. Fine. That's all possible. However, I will say opening, and needing overtime at home to beat Bethune-Cookman, not a good look.
It's not positive.
It's not. But now, look, Auburn can score. The shots weren't falling, but the defense is suspect at best here. So, we'll see what happens.
Well, I think Stephen Prohl said it best. They don't have a shot blocker, an intimidator. Janai Broom was that dude. Walker Kessler was that dude. They just don't have somebody like that this year. Now, maybe people thought Keyshawn Murphy would be that guy, but he just seems to stay injured. He
had a great night last night.
And also, he's not I wouldn't consider him to be that kind of intimidating, like a Broom, like a Kessler.
No.
So I think it's look. Again, there were a lot of things that I saw in Alabama that need to get better. There are a lot of things certainly you see on Auburn that need to get better. It's going to be a tough year. And Alabama and Auburn are going to rack up some L's, man. I'm telling you, Alabama this weekend, they're going to play St. John's in Madison Square Garden. I was hoping to go. Things have changed. I'm actually going to fly back from New York in time to go to the LSU game now. But then Alabama the next week welcomes in Purdue, who some people have number 1 team in the country. Then the next week, the very next game, is at Illinois in Chicago, and they just beat somebody by 59 last night. So
Auburn's got 2 games, warm-up type games, and they play Houston and Birmingham.
Houston and Birmingham.
That one, they got 2 games to kind of figure things out a little bit.
It's going to be
But
tough.
if the shots aren't falling, this team's going to struggle.
Well, then they both go to Las Vegas, and I am going to that, so I'm looking forward to seeing both of them play. Do you remember who Auburn plays? I know Alabama's got Gonzaga.
I think Auburn plays Michigan.
And
I can't remember. Justin probably knows. Is Iowa in it? No.
No, I don't
Okay.
think
I'm not sure. I think Michigan, but I looked at the schedule. Justin, if you're watching, text me. I'm sure he knows. But anyway, tonight you got Nichols in Kentucky. That one started at 6. It's probably over by now.
Yeah, I can look it up.
And South Carolina played tonight as well. And then Texas and Duke play. That tipped off at 7:45. So probably an interesting game there.
Right now, Duke's up 29-22 on Texas. Kentucky won by 26. And
South Carolina,
they won by 19 over NC-A&T.
Okay. How many did they score? 100?
No, they had 91.
Okay. Wow.
And Kentucky only had 77.
Oregon and Michigan, I think.
Okay.
So, yeah, there you go.
I don't know how good Oregon's going to be this year, but that's a great tournament. I think it's got 16 or 18 teams. And, like, you just play basketball all day. Now, I'm not going to be out in Vegas. I'm going to be doing some other things too. But and Alabama plays the very last game on Tuesday, and I'm flying out Wednesday early. That's going to be rough stuff. And then I got to come.
You're used to it.
Well, I am, but Daddy's getting tired over here. Getting tired enough to call myself Daddy.
Yeah, really. That's an odd context for this show. All right, I tell you what, let's go ahead and take another break. We'll come back and we'll look at some games for this upcoming week and make some predictions right after this.
Thunderbolt Lightfoot at Oscar's Cafe on Highway 49 South in Dadeville, Alabama is looking to see you today. Now, let me tell you, they got great food. They've always had great food all these years. Now, they still got that atmosphere. They still got that service. They still cater. Let me stop right there. 15 to 415 they can handle. So give them a call today at Oscar's, Highway 49 South in Dadeville. 256-825-4827.
Hillary Towers may very well be the Lake Martin area's best kept secret. An affordable senior citizens community located on Highway 22 East in Alexander City. Spacious one-bedroom units are currently available. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today for more information on the newly renovated Hillary Towers, 256-329-0552. 256-329-0552. Hillary Towers, 22 East, Alexander City.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Inspired by the bold bison, Southern Union students blaze new trails every single day. They press forward knowing their SU education will lead them to success. Affordable, accessible, and locally unparalleled. Whether you're transitioning to a university or launching straight into a lucrative career, a degree from SU SDC can help you blaze your path. 3 locations, dedicated faculty and staff, endless possibilities. It's all waiting for you at Southern Union. It's time to venture forward. Register today.
When you need an automotive hero, you got to call S&S Discount Tire Pros. With locations in Alexander City and Dadeville, we are here to serve you today. From quick services like oil changes and tire rotations to in-depth automotive repairs such as suspensions, brakes, and tune-ups, S&S can take care of all your tire needs. You just have to focus on what's important and love the drive. Call S&S Discount Tire Pros today. We are automotive heroes, and we are here to serve you.
2025 RVs are here. Be the first to see the latest and greatest from your favorite manufacturers and lock in special show pricing at your local Camping World. '25 RVs are here. Be the first to see the latest and greatest from your favorite manufacturers and lock in special show pricing at your local Camping World.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Just a couple more segments left in tonight's show. looking forward to this weekend, here's some games. Tulane at Memphis. I mentioned this was a interesting one. Memphis, number 22 in the country. 8-1 after that loss to UAB. They could lose this game. These Friday night games are
– Oh, it's a Friday night
I think it's a Friday, a Thursday, or a Friday night game. So they're usually you always go with the upset, really.
Yeah, they're wonky.
And if you knock out Memphis, who does that leave? Who would be the –
God, I don't know. I mean, Tulane would probably be in there because they only have one loss in the conference, but I would assume South Florida's in there.
Okay. Don't they have 2 losses or 3 losses now?
Again, it's G5 now.
Yeah, right.
So I'm not sure.
Okay. And like I said, I think San Diego State, maybe they have 1 loss.
God, if San Diego State makes the playoffs.
Yeah.
Lord help us all.
Well, somebody's got to make it. Florida State at Clemson. Who would have thought this at the beginning of the year? 4-4 Florida State, 1-4 in the league. At Clemson, 3-5, 2-4 in the league. Clemson is a 2.5-point favorite at home.
Good Lord, that's they might call that game off due to lack of interest.
Really?
Not a pretty one. I mean, I'll go with Clemson. I don't know why they keep losing at home, but it is the movable object versus the resistible force.
Well, Florida State was they looked terrible for 3 weeks, and Wake looked great. They were starting to make some strides, and Florida State just blows them off the field this past weekend. So I don't know. And how about Manny Diaz going for 2 against Clemson there and getting it?
You know what? I understand it. I mean, he's like,
what they got to lose? Yeah.
I mean, the only
great call.
If they lose, everybody's like, you're supposed to lose. If they win, it's magical.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down with it. Again, he's not playing for a playoff bid. Go for it.
North Carolina did that earlier this year. Went for 2 to win and didn't get it.
And, they had the exact same play call that Alabama had on against South Carolina that Alabama converted. I think it was the play to Jeremy Bernard to tie it up.
Mm-hmm.
And
the reverse pass?
No, it wasn't the reverse pass. It was you go in orbit motion and you come back the way you went initially. And it was the same play, and the guy just didn't get out there. The other difference was Virginia was in zone, South Carolina was in man, and that's the whole point of that is you're supposed to confuse the linebacker who's going to be on a wide receiver, and he thought the guy next to him was going to have him, and so that's why Jeremy Bernard was so open. But Virginia played zone, so they just had dudes there. Like that's my zone. So.
Oregon, number 6, is a 6.5-point favorite at Iowa. Iowa's sneaky now.
Iowa's sneaky. Iowa has 2 losses, I think. I know one of them's to Iowa State. I can't remember.
They're 4-1 in the league, though. So
they're 4-1
this
in
is
the league.
still.
This is a big game, and I'm going to tell you something.
They could knock Oregon out.
If they beat Oregon, Oregon's out. Yeah. They got nothing else to hang their hat on. Oregon's schedule is bunk. And they played one team. That was Indiana. They lost to them at home by double digits. Oregon's out. They should be.
Yeah. Number 8, BYU. Look out now. Number 8, BYU undefeated at number 9, Texas Tech 8-1, 5-1. The Red Raiders are a 9.5-point favorite.
Well, how about BYU being guided by this Bear? What's his name? Freshman that. Is just coming in. Remember, they had the quarterback that was like this stud. Mm-hmm. And I think he ends up at Tulane.
I think you're right.
And, but he was, what he got in trouble for?
He was with a girl?
He said that he had premarital sex, or that at first it was like he forced himself on her. Well, then she recanted that, I believe. And then they were like, well, he still had premarital sex. And my argument would have been, have you been to any other campus anywhere ever? I'm
glad somebody's got some standards.
You sign an agreement that you won't have it.
This is right.
Let me tell you something. It would seem to make it very hard to recruit there.
If you're a Mormon, that's who a lot of those players are.
Well, I know a lot of people who are also
That's why they're all
Baptist
27.
that don't mind chugging a cold one back on a Saturday or a Wednesday or a Thursday morning.
BYU 8-9 matchup here. So they're like the Red Raiders?
You know what?
Upend BYU season?
because I want BYU to win, I will pick BYU.
Okay.
Because I would rather an undefeated BYU get in the playoffs and knock another Big 12 team out than have two Big 12 teams in there and at least one of them not be deserving.
So if Texas Tech wins, you think both these teams get in? Or?
Yeah, I think both. I think two Big 12 teams will get in if Texas Tech wins, which may mean you need to bet on Texas Tech because the Big 12 ain't going to let them lose if you're a believer in conspiracy theories.
Florida, 3.5-point favorite on the road, and all of a sudden a resurgent Kentucky team. 1-5 in the league.
Oh, man. Boy, you talk about a game only a mother could love.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I'll go with Florida and I'll hold my nose and pick Florida. I don't know.
I guess, yeah. Number 5, Georgia is on the road at State. The Bulldogs, the red and black Bulldogs.
Out.
7.5.
Watch out.
Mississippi State, hey, they got a little taste of victory. They may be hungry.
They may be hungry. They sling it around.
11 o'clock in the morning.
And guess what? Georgia, they're sandwiched in between the world's largest outdoor cocktail party and Texas. I'm just saying, I'm not calling for Mississippi State to win. I'm just saying this one could get more interesting because Mississippi State is playing better offensively than Florida was.
Yeah.
And
I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking. You're Jesse Ventura all of a sudden. Number 3, Texas A&M is undefeated.
They are.
They're a good team. They are a good team. They're a 6.5-point favorite. Now watch out for this one now. Number 19 at Mizzou. Mizzou's desperate. They're 6-2, 2-2. I think their playoff chances are over, but a win over Texas A&M.
Yeah, that
could make you feel a lot better.
Well, they need a lot of help, but if they had Bo Pribula, I would.
Yeah, what did he break his leg?
Yeah, I don't know what. It looked like he was. It looked worse than that.
Was it like the Scatterboo?
It was kind of.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was kind of nasty. So, I mean, I would say they have a shot if they had Pribula, but they don't. So I'll say A&M, and again, I think this will be a tough game. I mean, Missouri's got some dudes. They got that 6'7" tight end that's really tough to cover, but I think A&M is too good.
A&M, if they win by double digits in this game,
people, you better notice.
Yeah, they may be national title possibility.
God, how weird would that be if they won a national?
Well, I mean, again, you need to line up Jimbo Fisher and let the fans kick him in the groin. Auburn is at number 15 Vanderbilt. A resurgent Auburn team after the firing of Hugh Freeze. The Commodores are a 6.5-point favorite.
I mean, look, if this were any other year except last year and this year, I'd probably pick Auburn, but I think Vanderbilt's better.
They're playing better.
And, I mean, I think this is going to be one of the better offenses. Honestly, I don't know about better offenses, one of the more efficient offenses that Auburn has played. I mean, look, when Auburn played Oklahoma, again, the Oklahoma's got some flaws. But their defense, Oklahoma's defense is the truth.
I think it's the best defense Vandy has faced.
It is probably the best defense Vandy has faced. Yes, I agree with that. I don't think the home field's going to matter one iota to anybody. But in the end, when it gets close like that, I have no idea who's going to start at quarterback for Auburn, and I don't care who's starting at quarterback for Auburn. If I'm sort of on the Randy Lee train. I mean, part of me is like, well, don't throw Deuce Knight in there to the Wolves or whatever. But part of me is like, number one, you don't know if you'll have him next year. You better go out there and see what he's got.
I mean, why not? Yeah. I don't know why you would.
Number two.
You're not going to burn his red shirt if he wants to keep that.
Any goodwill Ashton Daniels
45.5. Is that what what the over-under is 45.5. That's what Justin wants to know.
Extremely high for that game.
Really?
Because Vandy can go on an 8-minute drive.
That's true.
And Auburn's not going to keep the ball very long.
Well, I mean, both teams want to kind of play keep away, I would think. Let's see.
Boy, I'll tell you.
Yeah, 45.5.
I think that Ashton Daniels had built up some goodwill because, he helped lead the comeback to against Arkansas. But then he looked so bad in that Kentucky game. Holy cow.
Well, the offensive line was trash.
Arnold.
The offensive line was complete trash.
It was,
and that's another thing. The sheer complete inconsistency. They play great, or they don't play great. They play really good one week, and the next week they just look like complete trash. And it's not like Kentucky's great. So I don't understand. I mean, they got to fire the offensive line coach.
The
should have fired him today.
Khalil or Kel Ellis.
Yeah, he got blown up several times.
He got rocked. And in fact, to the point where I saw that they have replaced him with a guy who had been getting rocked, Murphy.
Yeah. Well, Murphy, and he's had his moments, but he's played fairly solid.
Well, they showed, I think it was the Murphy against Kentucky. Like, I think it was Cole Kubelik said, let me show y'all a tape of how not to play tackle. And he said he did everything that you're taught not to do.
Again, we are not getting coached well offensively. That's just a fact. All right, LSU is at Alabama. Alabama's a 10.5-point favorite.
I wouldn't touch this game with a 10-foot cattle prod. There's no way I would touch this game. You don't know what LSU's going to do. But I'll say this. LSU offensively has also been not so hot. Even with, I mean, it's wild to think Garrett Nussmeier after week one was probably the Heisman favorite. It's wild. The transformation of these two teams week one. I mean, you remember I'm driving back from Tallahassee to Destin where we were staying at the time, listening to this game going, LSU's going to beat our doors off.
Yeah.
And now I can't – I mean, I just don't know. LSU can't get anything going. Their offensive line doesn't look good either. A&M ran all – A&M embarrassed them thoroughly.
They did, quite.
So, look, I would probably feel better about this game if it were in Baton Rouge.
That's probably true. Excuse me. All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back with one final segment right after these messages.
If you're tired of the same old and you're hungry for something really good, then it's time to go to JR's Sports Bar and Grill. JR's has the best fingers and wings around, and their menu is loaded with appetizers, burgers, salads, and so much more. Follow JR's on their Facebook to keep up with their live music events and drink specials. And if after a long day you just want to stay in, remember JR's delivers. Call in your order at 256-329-2328. JR Sports Bar and Grill, 145 Alabama Street in Alexander City.
The all-new Winter Timber is now open. Located right next to the Walmart Market across from the Auburn Mall. If the outdoors is your lifestyle, Winter Timber is your new headquarters. From rifles, ammo, and hunting supplies, camo, and all the outdoor essentials, they've got it in stock and ready for you. Winter Timber is here to serve Auburn, Opelika, and the entire Lake Martin area. And they'll make the drive worth it. For the best selection and the best service in outdoor gear, one name says it all. Winter Timber, the best in outdoor needs.
Russell Medical Total Fitness is ready. Are you? Do you have arthritis? They can help. Pilates are for everyone. Ask them about the Silver Sneakers program. Get moving in a class now, or if you prefer, personal training on land and water are available. They have invested in new equipment for you. Invest in yourself with a dedicated and knowledgeable staff. Call today, 256-329-7623.
Satterfield Outdoor Living is Lake Martin's trusted friend for your outdoor land and leisure needs. We're the region's authorized Skag mower dealer for residential and commercial lawns and offer all the small engine accessories you need. With top lines of Steel, Echo, Shindaiwa, Husqvarna, and Metabo products that contain any landscape. Satterfield is also your grill headquarters with Big Green Egg Grill. And our pros service everything in-house and back up all sales. Get the Satterfield Outdoor difference on Highway 280 right across from Tallapoosa Ford.
Main Street Family Urgent Care.
Main Street Family Care offers a wide array of services that allows them to treat many conditions, and they also offer primary care. In addition to these services, they also offer DOT physical exams, lab testing, sports physicals, and vaccines. They accept most major insurance plans, including Medicaid. Main Street Family Care opens 7 days a week.
Main Street Family Urgent Care. Heal better, feel better fast.
Zaxby's birthday cake milkshakes are back. Just in time for Zaxby's 35th birthday, so they're gifting you half-off handcrafted milkshakes. Happy birthday to us all. Zaxby's handcrafted milkshakes. Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's.
SignSource is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of Sports Blitz Live on this Tuesday evening. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Be sure to join us next Tuesday, same bat time, same bat channel. All right, we're going to close things out with a little rank 'em. First of all, did you have a good Halloween?
It's fine. I mean,
Did you go
actually,
trick-or-treating?
no, I flew in from Milwaukee
Sheila go
on
trick-or-treating?
Halloween. Sheila did go trick-or-treating.
What did she
went
dress
as
up
Dorothy.
as? Dorothy.
Yeah, and
Well, you would have been a fine scarecrow.
I would have been a fine scarecrow, but I was flying in from Milwaukee.
Okay. No better place than Milwaukee.
I said, Milwaukee is an old Indian word meaning, can I get an earlier flight out? Actually, I like Milwaukee. It's fine. I said it on the podcast, and there were a couple of people from Milwaukee going, it's fine, you went to the wrong place. I'm like, I was just teasing.
When I was in college, in every refrigerator that I knew, there was
Milwaukee.
Probably a can of Milwaukee's Best.
Milwaukee's Best.
Beast Light. All right, Dolph Lundgren, born yesterday, 1957.
He's done a lot in that day.
1957 he was born. Can you believe, just for a shout-out here, Ralph Macchio, 64 years old.
You talk about he's got the Mike
60, he does, 64 years old. That man looks great. Okay, Dolph Lundgren, rank him.
Okay.
Rocky IV.
1.
I Come in Peace.
You leave in pieces.
This is the one, who's also his co-star in this.
Who was that?
Jay Billis.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Did you remember this movie?
Yes, I do. I just told you. I come in peace. You leave in pieces.
Showdown in Little Tokyo. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
I love that movie. He did it. It's with Bruce Lee's kid. What was his name? Jason? Not Jason Lee.
It was Jason Lee.
Was it Jason Lee?
Yeah.
Okay,
he's dead.
He died.
He died doing a stunt for The Crow?
The Crow, yeah. But this was one. He did this with Dolph Lundgren. It was a buddy cop thing. Very good. I really enjoyed it. Universal Soldier was Jean-Claude Van Damme. Very good one. And Aquaman.
The hell was he in Aquaman?
He was he was like the king, one of the kings of the sea.
I thought Aquaman sucked. I'll tell you the truth.
Did you?
Oh, I thought it sucked. I mean, they tried to make. Look,
I think he was in the second one. Maybe he was.
Jason Momoa he overacted it, and the whole Justice.
Is that possible?
Oh, he just screwed up the whole damn thing. It makes me sick to think about it. Justice League should be cool.
I didn't think Aquaman was that bad.
Aquaman was really
compared
bad.
to some of the other DC movies that they've come out.
It was really bad. I didn't buy any of it. I didn't. You want to have suspension of disbelief at some of these.
So
things.
Aquaman 2 or 3. What?
Aquaman all stunk. But I had a friend one time tell me something so true. He said, the difference between the United States and England is in England they have the what was the something gentleman. What's this? League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Okay.
In the U.S., we have super friends.
Yeah. True. All right, quickly. Rocky IV, I Come in Peace, Showdown.
I just told you, Rocky IV, I Come in Peace, Universal Soldier.
Showdown.
Aquaman's last because it stunk so bad.
I got you.
God,
all right. That's going to wrap up. That's going to wrap things up for us tonight. Thank you so much for being with us. He's Luke Robinson. I'm Andy Graham. So long for now. We'll talk again soon.
Lee Apparel is your go-to vendor for screen printed and embroidered apparel and promotional products. We print and embroider free custom-made graphics or outsourced designs on everything from t-shirts, headwear, corporate wear, team sportswear, high-end safety apparel, and promotional products. At Lee Apparel, you can always expect quick turnaround time, competitive pricing, friendly customer service, and free in-hands delivery on all orders. Visit us at leeapparel.com to get started.
Summertime is a special time. Time on the water, time away from work, and more time with family and friends. Make sure your heart is ready for the season with an appointment at the UAB Heart and Vascular Clinic at Russell Medical. I'm Dr. Kevin Sublett, and our entire clinic is dedicated to keeping your heart healthy. We're right here in your own community and backed by the knowledge and expertise of UAB Medicine. Make an appointment today by calling 256-234-2644 or visit uabmedicine.org/heartrussell.
Ivy Creek Healthcare is excited to showcase their newest clinic, Ivy Creek Family Care of Lake Martin, located conveniently near the main entrance to Stillwater's on Highway 49 South in Dadeville. Ivy Creek Family Care of Lake Martin is an urgent care with walk-ins welcome. Whether you need lab work, x-rays, or immediate care, find comfort here at Ivy Creek Family Care of Lake Martin. Ivy Creek, here when you need us most. 256-827-5379.